Equiapin forte so
Akatamansu
Awuna force kaho
Akatamansu
Eka force sa
Akatamansu Usiobe kachiliye Ujansu babachiliye Endisi emusia Eyema obiano Omaika naba Mukaina mumise Yejisanfu Ayasu Neseseye tmasuo Akatamansu Usiobe kachiliye Ujansu babachiliye Endisi emusia Eyema obiano Omaika naba Mukaina mumise
Yamakwaba ene Ebnada Ewiai Ediba TV S was a Sanson on Power 97.9 FM ene match bosome ne da etoso enson ewon fimpimi no ene aduenu miensemo midin ede Mugabe Masi obetimi afreme atankolega biga na enei ensama yede ebrewo Ewiai dosu ye papa timambofo awo ashama sam radio madin seseme sojafo ato ahye so sanse wonua baako ekodi won sama omo abono awon sekan ekono eho ede nsem bebrebe ana aba ashama Ewiai sai ana ashama esitie enei eyade se Ghana head minister onmonyafo Ajimamanu Moka Sputnik aye vaccine so nsem baba yi kopiemo ewo mrase bedwafie na de na ekoso cases studio san ana samrei efa aye measles o ma record ewo Ghana ha ba anyina afa aye shortage of aye vaccines no eho ensem a ebobaba no ni nyina san ene sitie ya yaboabo ano a ye de ebrewo Excellency John Dramani Mahama kopiemo ewo Framatam voter region ya woni timamfo a won so no wo mo ekodidi enkomo ni nyina ejina ne saka kamina oba ya ede apia atiasi ya anomfo so a MPP foi uhu ne eha wo mo ya sabredi ohu atiasi MPP mu ne say hey esimu se jata o say bo eno eye nsem a ni nyina ya boabo ano atasetase a ye de ebrewo enei ewo Power 97.9 FM na TV SYZ Electoral Commission aso samban ena ebobo free wo eba mra se bedwafie die na ekoso ho ebese sabre e free anopetama wodo a yabo ano a ye de ebrewo ene awiei aboafo atachi mi edumidi dwumadie segment we e de brewo no Power Specialist Herbal Hospital o madawruma tache ka ho ene etumidi dwumadie ebrewo ene awiei ewo pasanso ne live on TV SYZ ene me guest Alhaji Said Shinari was a former Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia. Was a former national NDC vice chairman. Wano NNA no ebesin kwenya ya digest issues ni nyina on your number one TV station TVS was a Samson on Power 97.9 FM. Medami wo semete omo ya fa aboafo krato na aba ye ba ya beje nsem ni nyina mu nkyeremu na afei edu se wase esin kwenya ye sin kwenya na nsam ne de kwenya no ye de ni nyina abreti memfo a wo memu ye ba sesia.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. While early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Lately, I've been drifting aimlessly. The actual retail price is
Cine, exclusively on HG Plus channel 115.
Esama kwaba ene awie eye ebnada match bosome ne de toso enson ewo mfipimi no ene aduonu miesemu midin edemokabi masu betimi afremi atan kolega biga ene bema ba mewra ho yie papa ene awie ya enye asemketo ane sama mede ebrawo ene awie no ni nyina efa omai Ghana yenye mfie aduasia ensia na so sabe tipo nkoso bia na akofa ne so medi yeso a sabre asojafo edi senseme ewo yenia yememu areho papa the Nanado ene Bawumia. Nanado is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Nanado is the chairman of the National Security Council. Nanado is the first gentleman of the line. The vice president is the chairman of the police council. We have interior minister, we have national security coordinator, we have national security minister, we have interior minister, and we have defense minister. Bogus. Big titles. We have IGP. Big titles. NIB boss. Big titles. Useless ones managing the affairs of this country. Innocent souls. Those in the army. Those in the police service. Service with integrity. And that timamufua. Woman nam woman baby. Woman ni boneno. Woman ye kuam. Yes. Soja ni ayakune enei. Nanado be promote no. Yakunu nei ewa asame weekendi Nanado be promote no. Nanado be kwa ya gagai. Bawumia be kwa ya gagai. Dia Nanado president ni chiri ayefunu. One Bawumia. Oma yefunu contractors no mo ha. Ana chufunu ni ade ba na ono Bawumia munafiki Bawumia. Yedi achufunu ba Muslimi wonu ne leadi aye Christian nifunu. Ni di Christian atu. Na Bawumia left right binamiko receive body no haram. Vice president away Muslimi woni na receive a Christopher efunu e Ghana, and the imams are sitting there, they are not talking. The imams, our big brothers and sisters in the Muslim community, they are sitting there without not saying anything. Say aye haram and yetio enenei se soja niwu obi a wodi bia wu a na Bawumia na Nanado age aye nafa ane ya babu abusuafo e be ye soja ni dia be omo baja ta omani ase and helping the system. The judiciary, they are not helping the system. Nipa bedi bone ni achi nipa hwede esi ye mejo aye mahama ha kwa ameswale ni asaba say ya je bi da kwawo ene ne koye no accuse person no obegina court no wase wa the blog wan ene boniti de yakọ ni yaba ni yakọ ni yaba eba sana emanipa wo mu awa abonten ni person mu di bone a wo mu kai say bebi kura si in the central region na branch be a friend say mejo mahama yekunu no kura no ekosi sen ebesi ne so bibie ni wa serve as deterrent to others. Namam de kasiye some years back our central region mejo mahama no say kanipa bi wo ho ya twi wo maso a enkai wo mo wa asaman nka wo mo badwina wo say ya hwe ya yedi ya saade wo ya hu betimi atwe papa wo mo ne judges so le Gabi ni Alesta mo fo mo kosa mo no ne ya koso politics and koso wo man no selective justice and no koso choose and pick and no koso. And today one baby ade akwakodu man baby ade akwakolande yet Ghana how and a sojafo they are not supposed to be in our polling stations. Soldiers know they are not supposed to supervise our elections. When it comes to security, they are out. The internal security is being managed by the Ghana Police Service. Near kum nipa ewa Saviligu, near kum nipa ewa Dodio, near kum nipa ewa Ablikuma Central, near kum nipa ewa Tachima Saf. Nanado tiwa no guy no body suit no ate ho and it's comfortable. Say atuaba in the history of Ghana books under the Fourth Republic. Yanya kofo, yanya runners, yanya mama, yanya mills. But being why atuaba many party womankwa. Under this useless administration, kotobe kubaba we useless ones managing the affairs of this country. Ni akwatu ababa ko ameni pa wotwe omashi womankwa. Ebesi ne the IGP is not interested. Obi time kwabrani time tena TV so live national television so ekase wono wokumwa penfo ewo December. Yaba to aba some days back. It's in the public domain. I saw it here. Dampare is not interested in that case. Was who kum nipa bebre want to make kind nipa wakuamo. No mom the occupy or pay for okunu or politician be fee. Few days in December, yeah, aba. Who is that politician? Dampare didn't na dampare to make any pan. And you see, woman with the boneno, who boys. Under this useless IGP, I'm using the word useless IGP. We are paying you with our taxes, but you are not on top of your issue. Ya chinipa mi yenu edu go police hospital. Say abrante bia omususu say aye bulan van awo James is it Jamestown or whatever. Omu ne kun ya tia say dey call crime scene was say ya kware say bra be omu call ye say nipa mi no ma bim. We are IGP, sitting IGP, near the taxes if you can. Kelewele IGP. Listen and listen very well. We are Kelewele IGP. You are not on top of your issues. Number my NDs organizer be or a swami. Ekoka bibi ha. Damn pareba kwa chini sisia. Useless ones managing the affairs of this country. We are citizens, we are not spectators. If it must be done, it must be done well. And memangina dane ma organa. And the run is time. Who born dog? So sojourning in uniform. Who bet me at sojourning in uniform? Na ma son the trousers mu. Na mu piano. Na mu piano. Sad ma kokono. And the runners. AC and the Kufuor. AC and the Mahama. AC and the Mills. AC. Now under this useless presidency, you come nipa enye news. You come sojourning enye news. You come police in your news. You couldn't power Bokua in your news. You couldn't nipa our Tachimasa for your news. You couldn't nipa our Sawasa in your news. You couldn't nipa our dry in your news. Yes, the Ananado pa are breaking the 8. Now we are and some more dinner and some 4 more dinner in 2012. Woman said we need a new register. And I Ghana for your mom. In 2016, you pay new register. Tear some make candidate and a form Waba. Ghana unity. 2016 new register. MPP4 near Yamom. 2020 new register. 2024 amamwa fota ataka kawe amamwa ya troka amamwa ya te say nkuruma asene troka mo pese mo break it and mo scheme with the electoral commission sake anake e wose munya new register mo nya useless majority leader bit say chairman sabosu no atwo no ka sanfo kire Ghana for wo bu speaker wo mu obi a ye pe obele ha mo pro si an mu le yes baby edro ne de ye say e do or die si a no mu pro mu le anya adwuma samo ba preso yeso am preso amagani amagashia ana ebe hu amagahoho na kwaya fa so yi speaker no e am go back on the drawing board na mo kwaya fa so yi speaker of parliament yes yeah mama mau yeah mama mau yeah mama yes yeah mama yeah mama yes sankofo ni na no omo bada nti sese soldier for na di aya mabo kan ha soldier for mo na mo bua ma na nado etimi ba president for the second time mo na mo kunkum nipa pe e water chimansa pe wo ma show mo uniform ya mo nya military officers ye wo bi ewo aya waso weswago yes what the cocoa to nkusehwe. Because, I mean, Nanado is in charge of everything in this country. Yes, the man is in charge of everything. He is the first gentleman of the land, commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. He is in charge of everything. Oka say oka bia eyebi. Gabi to aye de asemo kwakwa to gabi to me predate the outcome. The be free kwatu haba. Gabi to me ba that useless guy. what me predicted ye be see our court. And so pepper nebeko. That is the system that we are running in this country. And the clergy, they are quiet on this. They don't see anything wrong with it. And the Christian Council, another useless entity. Yeah, you do my bagan ha. Come also here, useless ones. Christian Council. Motigana ha had the aquasho. Ye ni military administration. Ya wa a civilian a ye rule. Mobiania ma 4 times aquaso and ananado. Ubia ye din because mommy. Wow, one day. Obi kase puduonshio. Me say Ghanaians are not angry enough. Some more 4 times can we. Ye kuku soja for we. E ya more 4 times. Me do kwasha my nevi. Ha, soja for any brabram. But me name angels no, and I come on down. So my brothers and sisters, take it easy. My ya, moba innocent ones. But I'm going to show the video. But we have video now. We hear that party and hear it to and hear Ambrose Daddy, another useless interior minister. I'm going to show the video. So we have video now. The IGP is not serious. The IGP is not on top of his job. So he was serious IGP. Can apprehend him by now. Can you move in a court? Yes. Our intelligence. I mean, go to the CRD headquarters. The BNI Abayano, NIB, the more fire. Yes, with the 900 million angels, more fire. After more fire, Abra Soja Neno, woman in the status of Biako Facebook Live, Power now 7 hour Germany or France or Belgium or Italy or Saudi Arabia or Qatar or a year Netherlands and I say or a year Viasa for Nabia. Thank you for Monko or like I will share Facebook Live. Power 979 TV SYZ, yes, YouTube also TV SYZ Ghana. All like it now will share, all like it now will share. Me Baba Bow the course in the genesis, the beginning, the course in a shaman. Yeah, angels in the videos in the BBI, Abre and every. Power 97 now Facebook Live. TV SYZ Ghana Facebook Live. TV SYZ Ghana YouTube. All like it now will share. Yakwa. You come here, the shots here, and but I tell you so gentlemen, now very nice gentleman. Mokuni, yeah. I know the soldiers are listening. The soldiers are not happy, but my brothers and sisters, more Bema camp, more Kamina barracks, Tamale, more Michelle camp, more taking it easy. 37, more taking it easy. It is well. John Mohammed Bema Yansa, 4 wolf Yansan, or Baba Beja Memono, Nam Huatom, Kunkum, Nam Huatom. After Yanko, Yako had the assassin, and maybe you could do it.
Abai. Why you slap her? The video Boss way. Abai. Why you slap her? The video Boss way.
Fire. Once I make us on my way, you need serious IGP, and then the military top hierarchy, they are not serious. The juniors and you kuomo because nanado under this administration, useless administration, omu use soldiers as langas, omu use soldiers edu omu call galamsey site. Iti enei nanado I reduce animonyama wa Ghana Armed Forces sumono. Said the kafras which as a boy soldier tadie ya will be who are not connected, and they who may say be your langas. Because and the soldier tadie no yetimi brane chapon mo person mutimi hye obia no mu de selfon e wo Ghana ha nemom ye ready we see ye no soldier fo no ekopie mu e wa shaman ye ready course so e wo ho
ba me nyoma se mimi suru uni me pa o
ano eya soldier fo no e de helicopter ekopie mu e wo ho no e na aja emrate ne maba wane de ye bo mu eya bongarat ye sesa wo mo ne ya chi wo mo and attention no wagina ho nti wo de ekoso no de ekoso we ne live e wo TV as was so nyina no eye bra soldier fo ne tise bibiasi e wa sama no wo mo de helicopter ekopie mu e wo ho e na timamfo a wo de beatings ene de and you fu nga ne toyi ya de bobo mo hey sit down attention and ya bay toyi ya de bo wachi ne de aba wasi bet ya de bo na ya de hooki ya de aba osisi mo ne de aba wa no and ya chese de koso e wo asama de beatings de buro de ehwe pa mo hwe de wo magibi aguo mo widie mu pa awo asama ene ne patem a enye asem ketu akora na chese we eye arehosama na wo hwe wie ya abra Ghana na akufo ado asese sika nyina o mampanyina wo ye so useless ya wonim de waye na achievement wonim de waye wabo besia ye nim de ode besia na ye no okodi ye 66 year anniversary no ewo eye voter regional capital ho no de ono so esi na chi ene ensema yeyi echiramo ewo TVS was na power 97.9 FM ola kena wo she atankolega biga mugabe masi bema ba won so to no waso agya more fire more gumbe more in the ambele more powers ene awie ensem ni nyina na me se abai wei efienyansa enim yes saka aye Britain aye France aye Germany aye Italy anase ye United States of America sakofo we ye ke abomo abongo da na so ekosi me se dia ena Ghana ha no wo ska wo bibia ekosi jabi da kwa de hey majo Muhammad de hey awan we ye kunwa wo trase ne ye kunwa sakofo ye nkofo mo ba midem MPP fo no wo mu bushia wo mo sa wo ye wa dwene se wo be ye wo ho se wo ya ho bra ho ase wo be de finish you what the sika ba wo de fa bishia no wo de tuo ba fa bishia no wo onu kura na so kura de ne de ne betofo na Africa let's talk about peace. These people they don't know peace. MPP for wo mo be for wo man we ya na bibia sai wo man no insecurity hu de si ya wo ya na ye woni ma sisie ye kase ye back ye reflect ne ye back ya eni ma sisie under MPP kufo na eten aban we ya ban fun tantai kankan more fire show we are the ekoso ya military deploy personnel to assault residents after the alleged killing of a soldier March 2023 and no way Lower Manya Krobo August 2022 military deployed to help in ECG meter installation brutalized some residents and no August 2022 Yakobaka in Obuasi Ashanti region and also July 2022 a viral video showed military men asking alleged illegal miners to lie in muddy water at a mining site in the Upper West Regional Capital July 2021 rogue military personnel assault residents of Wa over alleged stolen phone. And okay. Yes, so Umaria soldier ni be phone. Omo bu nipa ku nipa obi anu okọ retired soldier. Omo in Wa June 2021. A joint military police force clashed with protesters, killing 2. Ejra killings. More fire. More fire. More fire. More fire. You can't me. You can't me. Stations in the doors. But I see any records, any evidence, and to her, you can't. I mean, Stan Mugabe. More Gumbe, more fire, more Indian Belly, more powers. Your number 1 political talk show in Ghana. Inside politics. It's a show. We are IGP when you were Juma ya, and you call it will in your back, Kasiebo 6pm. And you asa, damn parody, you know my asa. And your bushiami, and your bushiami, and yet bushiami, Tina do by IGP, you are not on top of your job. Woke up, sorry, no general, sorry, no, you were doing yes, so near my year, no one's IGP, oh, so killer will IGP. Be on top of your job. More fire, more Gumbe, more Indian Belly. Shortage of vaccines. The beer, the best beer, and Yamika. It's a full-time one to Wasso. It's a full-time one to Wasso. Then another Nima breaking the 8. Can you fight any breaking the 8? I need the budget in the years can be ready. Useless ones managing the affairs of this country. The ordinary Ghanaian, the citizens. I mean, Nkwadanket and Kete, yeah, a year Ghana. Kwada ye wo omo foforo totofe wafo ebi wo 1 month ebi wo 2 months ebi wo 3 months adua de be so mo katrema so adua ye de be so mo katrema so mo timi ma ya ba fan ene ade polio ne ha nyina no aban no eni sika about 500 a year measured cases and asabe omo atumi ababe si e wo Ghana ajiman bedu useless a year health minister useless one papa no ye useless ajiman menu domain need show you useless. Doma fomu finyasa. Sa papa ni de finyasa no say wono kra no cover since na ba no. COVID yi na dwene head ani ho. No say dam no wabo say. I mean mo refi. Wan siki parliamentary approval no answer we niam basa. Papa we da so ti ho. COVID mu wodi yewu. Papa we da so ti ho. E be si ne de oje ene e say nana de wo share bia oje ne woni ministry obi nim. We deal with some funny in every no kojina bona no asa akobona baso. Power the fan. Yes, the ekoso e wasa vaccines unsem. Yentie bi.
We've had mothers going from place to place trying to get the vaccines for their children or their infants or babies to get their vaccines. And we also have a situation where we have had an outbreak of measles in the northern region. And the numbers, as at the time that we put out our press statement, it was about 80 plus or so suspected cases. Currently, it's in the hundreds, well around probably like 500 or so now, the suspected cases. And we know that when you have suspected cases or people coming to hospital with cases, there are definitely more in the communities who may not have even come to the hospital with complaints of being unwell. And so it's worrying to us. We don't want to see this. And measles is a disease that for many, many years in this country, we have not been seeing it. So to suddenly start seeing them is a cause for alarm for us. And we're really not happy about it at all. For our babies, for our infants, and also for adults, especially those who are elderly or on medications that will affect the function of their immune system, it is a terrible situation to be in. And this also means that we may, look, now the world is a global village. People are moving from one place to the other. If we are hearing it in the northern region, probably it's already in a number of districts. And probably people are exporting it out of the country as well. So it's a cause for alarm. As we're trying to market our nation to be a first destination for tourists, or a place where we want tourists to choose to come to, we don't want them to be afraid of picking up any illnesses from here, especially some of these vaccine preventable ones.
Very well, Abada say Obaima on Aboy Muno, Nina just say Abawi Umunya serious. Say vaccines and why I short to Mubi Magana for yes, and yes, 66 years. Near Kofa Guinea Man Penny. Near the number left, right, and Kola and Marchi, Umumachi, we are no textbooks, no Makotana classroom. And then you see assistant academic year no. Yes, and they come back to September to say the end of that. About we own some because Oma Jimmy Abacasi may do matem. See me ye pa. Some because Abayo Oma Jimmy said the Canadian Japan. I catch you say Oma Jimmy Ama and I could see what from my Oma Jimmy Ama. Some because Oma Jimmy Yabacasi may do matem Bomunya South. Save lives face. Jenny Pankwa. South 500 cases. Oma Mobile Hero Monqua anymore. But yet that's so ever. Sa health minister, useless minister we. Eda so ewo office. Ya me no your taxpayers money no and editua sa useless domani this year ajamamenuka. Yenya 66 years as oman date ya wo na atwe no sa date na Ghana nya independence. Yenya 66 years you. Na so ye ni hwia ye de ensa besi yebo ye pebesia $3 billion US dollars every IMF. Mo amosi mu nim nyansa mako IMF no enese mo Jimmy na mako IMF dia minim IMF dia unim amemo ho nyansa sabe unim nyansa odi bu amemo a na akọ abronya mo. They said a lot of things against Mahama. It is a see amako IMF a yemfi mu no mu ye Jimmy fo ana. The angels want to know se see amako IMF amode ne kwa de chese conditions a wasa ye do toto wansa no meet sa IMF omo bibia no mo kwa de mu meet sa conditions no inti mo Jimmy inti na mo kwa IMF ana me bisa with a big question mark mo Jimmy inti na mo kwa IMF na ana amemo yemfa otan emuman yemfa ahantan emuman ye de ahobrase metiu makao meyi we afrim we aye tribal politics na ye we free ha megu na djuma we ye kwasi megu na djuma woni ye side nti won kan ho a megu na djuma ye mfa muman otan ne nebre ye mfa muman na adusua bibi bond ye wa bon pa wa busuafo na wa be ye omu yie na bond ye utiri ne ye empty hwinim wa bon papa ye hwe mo ma bedi Ghana so nyina wona sebe wonim die no e wo fom mo fire be manyansani kukudufo isasalansi boli ni edehie gonja ni edehie me bow dia no makoturu me mo be manyansafo be ma wudidi a wokai wo ma obatampa jo Mahama be ma wo odo ene temade maganafo be ma wo ahobrase be ma wo ahofama be ma odo be ma wo onya misuro wo twine mafra ho na adwe panifo ho na adwe mobrafo nyina ho ebubuafo nyina wadwene wo mo ho onimonyafo esremu se jata gonja ne dehie bemba wo fie nyansa John Dramani Mahama ho asem na mekan yo John Dramani Mahama wasem na mekan yo yekopie mu e wo voter region John Mahama any delegates edi nkomo e wo keta yetie sama nyansafo John Mahama wodi tuda abra o sia delegates no ye di Independence Day no so ye na juma ye tie John Mahama.
For those of you who have followed parliamentary work and the Auditor General's report, the published Auditor General's report, you weep for Ghana. Never again should we as Ghanaians sit and let one president and his family come and take this country and make it end up the way they have. We should not allow it because of the future of our children and our children's children. Ghana does not belong to anybody, it belongs to all of us. And all of us have a stake in this country. And so the people of Ghana are looking up to us. They are crying to NDC because NDC is a viable alternative. They are crying to NDC to come and rescue them, and we dare not fail them. And that is why we must work hard in order that we win the elections of 2024. And that work is going to be done by you, because elections are won or lost at the polling station. The electoral process gives you the instruments to be able to police the poll. And we must admit it, that during the last election, and partly because of what happened, the COVID period, the lockdown, the restrictions, it was not possible to give our polling agents the kind of training that we needed to give them. Because by the time we started training our polling agents in late August, September, we could do only one wave of training before we went into the elections. This time we're going to do 5 waves of training. Everybody who is a polling agent will be trained 5 times and tested before you go and sit there. And as I've said, our selection of polling agents should not be on who came to the party first. It should be on who can sit there and make sure that the right thing is done.
Excellency John Dramani Mama Ekopiem ewo eyeketa wodene sem etudwa no wosa kopiem ewo ketu saf yekoti e wonso no ensama wodi tudwa ewo eyeketu ho na chese wodi ye gina baabae ya enye izikura John Dramani Mahama.
Your government, the NDC government, in 2016 we were managing this country efficiently. During the period I was president, we borrowed 54 billion cedis, and yet you can see the evidence of what we use the money for. Community day schools, hospitals, roads, electricity, water, airports, harbors. We use the money productively. Today, when we left office, the total debt was 120 billion. That is from time immemorial till I left office, 120 billion. Today the debt is almost 600 billion. That's an addition of more than 400 billion cedis. And yet there's nothing to show for it. Show me in Aflao here, K2 South, what has happened over the last 6 years. What development have you seen over the last 6 years? Nothing. And that is why Ghanaians are looking up to us to rescue them from the mess in which these people have put us. Ghanaians are looking up to the NDC. And if we are to rescue Ghanaians from this ditch into which we have been put, then we need somebody with experience. We need somebody who has done it before. We need experience, not experiment. We need experience, not experiment. We need experience, not experiment. This is not the time for Togbi Midonko. Togbi Donko. This is not the time.
Wow, your mama. We say I me what Tommy. So we say I didn't be before so you. Say apia. Oh, omo your mama kasase anas apia tie gu mo so na bi mu yamutu. Ene private no toilet no hin na bi mo yamutu. Ene post ni a yefa DSP na ka Bruce. Ene oba birthday. Oba no ade Jerry John Nankan Bruce. Wow, to this say didn't na mbi before. Na do buy omombro. Oto Jerry John Nankan Bruce. Say ubani di ende. Do mo ya o mani di am say what you see? It's more fire. Ti DSP Nankan Bruce. And na your birthday e chacha busuani nyina ene Harriet Mame nyako anya me shamu bebre se na ye moba ni birthday ye move on afi no ye kwa ensema wodo aka ever say like say ma power specialist hospital o mada ro matache ka ho ene na awia yi ye de inside politics jumedi e de ebre wo say ye woda fast dem ye na wo se mate wa mo manwo say oma ate shay
Power. Hey! Oh, say, hey, Mugabe,
be careful. Adam say, hey, Joma free catch yourself no ko catch no fo. Etiano so no. Maya gumbeno, Maya gumbeno. Partine ko ya onso no.
We need experience, not experiment. Experience, not experiment. We don't want Midonpo. Never, never again do we want Togbi Midompo. And so, Ghanaians are looking up to us. And elections are won or lost at the polling station. And who are at the polling station? Our branch executives. So it means that I am not going to win us the election. If you make me the flag bearer, I'll be there, I'll campaign, I'll move around the country, I'll come to all your constituencies, your branches. But on the D-Day, I can't be in 40,000 polling stations. Who are going to be in the 40,000 polling stations? Is you, the branch executives. And that's why I say you can win us the election. Because if you are vigilant at your polling station, there is no way, I have no doubt in my mind, that NDC would win the 2024 election and come to power in 2025 January. And our opponents are very slippery. If you don't watch them, they'll dribble you just now. And so we need 100% vigilance at the polling stations. And so because you are going to win us the election, the resources and the logistics for the campaign must come to the branches. And I was just saying that one of the complaints I got in one constituency was that one of the executive members who the t-shirts were sent to, he had a t-shirt, his wife had a t-shirt, his in-law had a t-shirt. So give it to the supporters, give it to the branch executives, let them wear it, let them campaign and win us the election. And so we're going to mobilize the logistics. We're going to get the t-shirts, the posters, the calendars, all the paraphernalia, the bicycles, the motorcycles. And when we get all those things, send the t-shirts to the branches, send the posters to the branches, send the bicycles to the branches, send the motorcycles to the branches. And let them use it and campaign for us to be successful. And I can assure you, when NDC wins the elections, Ghanaians will be in no doubt that the NDC is better at governing this country than any other political party in the history of Ghana.
Oh dear, Yana Brantem. Now we task force on the Yana Betty. Yedi African Yamani Bibiaso. Jomama Munio. Mesdames et messieurs, merci à vous for about messages be and out of Eddie Abba me ba meje bre na makai mo test messages amodi abari nyina e wo dwumadi so ye dan woni ye ba ye sekwanya ye ne Alhaji Said Sinari NDC broni ye ne na ba be din komo former Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia, former NDC national vice chairman, former MP ono ene enini e ba be din komo ye ba sisia.
People have been saying that a proper good does not market itself. It is those who know the worth of the good who will bear eloquent testimony. That like salt, if it is in a soup, you don't need anybody to tell you of its presence.
I have heard in the media that people are expressing interest, but that is what democracy is all about. It's about competition for power. But as far as the rank and file of the NDC is concerned, I don't think that there is anybody now who can beat His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
I'll say yes a million times that he should be president of the Republic of Ghana again. He's a man that delivers on his word. He's a man for the people. He's a man that listens and ensures that what is best for our nation is done.
President Mahama exhibited extreme tolerance, what his predecessor hasn't been able to do. The other thing he did was consultation. President Mahama never believed that he alone had the knowledge and could resolve all the problems. I think that that's a mark of a good leader, and that distinguishes him from what we are witnessing now.
When sometimes it's part of human nature, you are there and you are doing a lot of good things, people take it for granted. President Mahama left a positive, indelible mark in the sands of time in this country. That's why today Ghanaians are looking at President Mahama with so much nostalgia. And I've always said that, you see, you don't realize the importance of your buttocks until there's a well on it.
I'll be flabbergasted if anybody within NDC even want to contest President Mahama. President Mahama, for me, is outstanding, and I don't think that there is any need for anybody within NDC to contest him. Of course, we are in a democratic institution, but the fact that we practice democracy doesn't mean that we must just allow anything to happen.
As long as the sun rises and sets,
there is hope.
John Dramani Mahama is our hope for a better tomorrow.
John Mahama to deliver a better Ghana, a familiar Ghana.
Why go in search for something new if you already have something that works?
John Mahama is the NDC, and Ghana's only hope today.
Choose experience
and not experiment. John Mahama,
the politician you already trust and believe in.
John Mahama,
competent,
reliable,
and modern.
Lately, I've been drifting aimlessly. The actual retail price is...
Cine, exclusively on HG Plus channel 115. The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
In NDC, God has given us a line to follow. If you have never been an MP before, you can't be a president for NDC. My brother, if you want to be an MP and you want to be the president of Ghana and the National Democratic Congress, your constituency should give you the green light first. Then your region will give you. Then after that, you have been endorsed. I'm just looking at the people who are contesting Honorable John Dramani Mahama. After he lost his country, we lost our elections, and he's been here from 2016 up to today. Spent all his money, all his time and his energy. At times I pity him. Which funeral won't he attend? Today he's in Ho, tomorrow he's in Sabuba, the third day he's in Oti. People are just sitting down waiting to pack money to come and tell me that I am a youth, 43 years old. Fortunately, the man comes from my own village, Ashanti Mambo. Somebody who even doesn't know the assembly concept. And you know, his first thing, I am not coming for the future. I am coming for today. Who has trained you to come today? Who has given you that mandate? Have you even joined the branch before? Have you been an assemblyman? Let alone an MP? How are you coming? You better join the line. You haven't even ever won. Me and you have never won Ashanti Mampong. So we are not qualified to be presidents of this country. Afro Ashanti is a no-go area. So you see, I will advise him to go leave. What is the national chairman? Kindly leave that seat for Ernest Kwabena Kodua to go and fight for the Ashanti Mampong seat. And forget that he's not qualified to come up now here. The next person is also a brother from Kumau. Oh, Dr. Dufour. Have you won your seat before? Charity begins at home. Have you won it before? Who should do the monkey job for you to become a president of this country? And he's also my brother. I am an Ashanti, you know, Dufour. He's from Kumau. You have never won it. Never have you won the regional chairman. So you see, the campaign, after I finish with them, the campaign is finished. You don't waste your time. And let's come to Kasiebo Bonsu. He is from Offenso. I'm wondering why the Ashantis are so eager to become president when they are not doing their homework well. But it's a good brain, you know. The three of them can win the 3 seats for us. Charity begins at home. Go there and win the seat for us before we can think about you. But if you don't do it and you are showing your face, you are just giving us troubles. Ladies and gentlemen, NDC respects hard work. We respect commitment. We also respect loyalty and honesty. It's not a business as usual. All these 3 people I've mentioned are from my own region, and they have all never thought about how to win Ashanti. They haven't. So let them go and win the seats for us. Additional 3 seats. The next time, maybe in some years to come. We are not saying Ashanti cannot be a president of NDC. You will. You can. I will work hard. You can.
Power FM.
Abo no num TV SY na Power 97.9 FM ene ebnada March bosome ne da etoso enso ewo mfimpi no ene aduonu miensemu na sabre ya ba besim konya ya trase ya ba bedin komai ni ani onimonyamfo Alhaji Said Sinari were former Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia, were former national vice chairman of the NDC, was a former MP ono ena yene no eba bedi enkomo ene awiei ewo platform kese inside politics jumedie so ewo Power 97.9 from the TVS was the show na yama opanyi akwaba na yedi ensemi nyina edi ahyehyɛ so ene yen komo twetwe no ebegina eye mmia be miensa na enan yebehwe omapanyi John Dramani Mahama aproba okoye ewo framatemu na yasan ahwe se Ghana yemfie aduesia ensia ye kan wo moboa ma Ghana omapanyi ya wonya ne baabi ko oje fa hodidi ma oman Ghana first president of the Republic of Ghana onimunyafo osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na ye company for no mu ebu man na advisors ni bia na Alhaji Sinari ya wote ai ne papa no odi mutitima yi papa ye Kwame Nkrumah onya fa hodie edima oman Ghana ne yere ya ne fa ne se Fatia Nkrumah na wa ye Egyptian sa obey so enam Alhaji Sinari ote ne papa so ena ode oba no ebepie ewo Ghana Dr. Kwame Nkrumah timi ye ne ho ade a obeye ne yere ni nyina ya bakosem ne na awie yi ye kan ekire mu komo ayene ne eba ba twetwe no emu ebe yedu yie papa soja ni awade sansem ewo ashama ewo nsem ewo ha ena vaccines nso ashoto ewo Ghana so no ewo nsem ewo ha the history of Kumasi Central Mosque ewo nsem ewo ha na MPP for so ka say APC nkunimdi a wo madie ewo Nigeria no wo mo ebesua bibi afrim na wo motimi dia break 8 no wo mabokro no dia break 8 no sanze ho no wo mu wiem ni nyina ye nsem a ye nei ye bedi ho enkomo Alhaji Said Sinari my godfather emwakwa aba na wie di ba Power ne TV as what so.
Thank you very much, Mugabe.
Alhaji Bibi Aboko.
Boko.
Everyone is doing great.
Everybody's fine.
Fantastic.
I've just been signaled by your
Alhaji
I've just been signaled by your angels that they are surrounding
the 900 million angels.
Yeah, about 200 are with me now.
I know. You're more than 200.
About 200 is okay for me.
The old man is no more. So taking about thousands of the angels.
200 is fine for me.
200 is fine.
200 is fine for me.
Why you can't feed them?
No, I'll feed them nicely. Very
Alhaji scenario well, let's look at His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the tour to voter region K2 South, K2 North, Kita areas or tour and Sema or they to a guy is John Mahama and the second coming it be besides a threat to a year NPP and as already Sema I am Pia Omahasi Totona as a who be about MPP since John Mahama is coming back. Is it a threat to the ruling party NPP?
Oh yes,
the second coming.
It's a big threat for them.
Fantastic.
I see it as a big threat because we all know Mugabe. You know the track record of GM. The track record of GM is unbeatable. This man has done so much for this great country of ours. You look at the time that John was the president of the Republic of Ghana, the things that he done for this great country of ours, from the health sector to the education center. Look at the airports that he's put up all over across the country. Look at the roads, the infrastructures, development, so massive. And you look at all this, it took him how much to do all this? 54 billion Ghana cedis. Mugabe, 54 billion Ghana cedis. Now you look at the time that John left with a debt of 120 billion. 122 billion.
Fantastic.
Now we are hitting a
That's
ceiling.
From independence.
Yes,
now, exactly.
So now we are hitting a ceiling of almost 600 billion, and we cannot even boast of it. What have they done? Tell me.
Our total debt stock as it stands now is
it's 500, almost 600 billion. Almost 600 billion. Mugabe. Look at the health sector, for instance. It has collapsed totally, and they've left this old man there. This Minister of Health, Ajimamenu, is a disaster.
Oh,
I'm telling you the truth. He's just messed up the health sector totally. Totally. This person, if I was president of the Republic of Ghana, I bet you I would have fired this man. No, he wouldn't have even stayed one term. Wow. I'm telling you. It's totally messed up. Everything has messed up in the health sector. Look at the vaccines. You can't even get vaccines for our own people. Look at the Agenda 111. What has happened to it today? Mugabe, you tell me. What has happened to the Agenda 111? Now they say that we will not go to IMF. What has happened? Now they are begging, they are on their knees before the IMF today. They've messed up. Look, the people of this country must learn a bitter lesson, like what what's it called? Nyaho Tamaklo said. They said they will learn a bitter lesson under what? Under Akufo-Addo.
Is that what we are experiencing today?
Exactly, this is what we are experiencing today. This is for family and friends. Mugabe, this country is in a big disaster, and if care is not taken, I swear we will. I don't know, but if we don't get John Mahama back, come 2025, then this country is doomed forever. I'm telling you the truth, and that is why they see that John is a big threat to them. You understand what I'm trying to say? The masses, the people of this country, everybody is crying for John Dramani Mahama. Every single body in this great country of ours.
Why are they crying for John Mahama?
They're crying because the track record. Look at what he has done for this great country of ours. He has done so much. Look at the time that. Look at the dollar rate, for instance. Look at today's dollar rate today. It's almost 13 Ghana cedi to $1. Look at how much we are buying petrol. Oh, they just reduced how much was it by some few pesos or whatever. It's not much. If they wanted to reduce it, they're making no much noise about it. Believe me. For me, I say John's second coming is a blessing for this country of ours. And if care is not taken, we don't give John that second chance, then this country is going to be doomed. That's why I'm telling my people, our NDC members especially, they should all work very, very hard. If they don't work hard, it will be like them watching a Chinese film and it will change into an Indian film for them come 2024. I'm telling you the truth, Mugabe. Everybody has to contribute his widow might towards our victory come 2024. They don't expect, nobody should expect that John will be in every police station, all the 40,000 police stations.
He said it.
He cannot be there. Yeah. For instance, I cannot be there every single way. How? Let us all work so hard. And we say that elections are won where? At the police stations. Now, apart from the police stations, we must come out in our numbers. Mugabe, we must come out in our numbers. What I say, exactly, especially the coalition centers. That's where the Kululu happens. If we don't come out in our numbers to protect the results, believe me, they will repeat what they did in 2020. I'm telling you the truth. Don't let us underrate this government. They are bent of rigging this election. Come 2024.
Inspiration from APC's victory in Nigeria.
Who said that?
That's the NPP General Secretary.
Then he's a big fool.
Oh, Alaji.
No, I'm telling you the truth. He's a big fool.
It's too harsh.
No, it's not too harsh. It's not too harsh, Mugabe. What is he talking about? No, but somebody, how can you say that? Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, with all due respect.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
But I'm saying that the Nigerian elections dynamics is quite different from that of Ghana. You realize that in Nigeria, Tinubu is a very excellent politician. No? Don't get me wrong. I know him personally. He's a very good man.
President-elect.
Oh, yeah, he's good. He's a very good person, very astute politician. You understand what I'm trying to say? But you look at the opposition, they divided themselves.
Yeah.
The PDP, what happened to them? You had the Obi coming from the PDP, from his own party, join Labour. Then you had the former Kano. Exactly. You had the former Kano governor too, forming his own party. Then you had the original PDP too. So three of them.
From the same party.
From the same party. Some way they share exactly. This is exactly what happened. So it's a different dynamics from exactly. So whatever the General Secretary said, it doesn't hold any water.
But they are bent on, breaking the 8.
Yeah, but Mugabe, they can only break the 8 if we are cowards. At the end of the day, as we NDC members, they can only break the 8 if we are cowards. If we don't match them boot by boot in the police stations, in the coalition centers and all that, to protect the ballot boxes. Believe me, then there's possibility of them breaking the 8 is there. But if we're going to sit there, just like you have in your own house, are you going to allow a thief just to enter into your house, Mugabe, to steal you? Will you allow that? Or you give, an agent, a blank check to an agent in the police station. Definitely, they'll insert numbers that does not favor you at the end of the day. So we should be very careful. And, as a party, we must work very, very hard to make sure if our eye read that we say 2024, we need to win this election, then we must all work very, very hard towards contributing all our widows' might towards victory 2024. And I want to also say this. I hear a lot of people saying that, I want to join, they want to join, GM's, campaign team, and all that. But honestly, how many of you can join GM campaign team? Me, for instance, I will not even want to join GM's campaign team because I will not be productive at the end of the day. I'll prefer to be productive in other areas because me following GM in all the regions, I'll just follow him just for the sake of it. It doesn't make sense. I need to campaign in other regions so that I get results in the Zongo communities, in the Muslim communities, so that I can increase our numbers for this great party of ours. So those of them who say they want to join the campaign, no, for me it's not here nor there. Go and work. Work in your constituencies, work in your regions, get the results that we need at the end of the day. And not say that you want to join John Mahama's campaign team. For what? Let John do his own thing. Let his campaign, let him go, let him fly. And we'll do our part too to also help him, move this party forward in the right direction.
Alaji, would you say, the Kenyan say John Ghana full sufrene, Ghana full sufrene. Now we're sharing pennyfoy or more, and so you muti say or more person or more a contest a year NDC a flag bearer now. yɛhwɛ ɛyɛ Dr. Dufo Kwadwobo nso ɛne ɛyɛ Eneskodua saa mpanimfoɔ nan ɛne John Mahama mmiɛnsa ka John Mahama ho ɛnan sɛ na wosi ho no woyi sɛ ɛduru baabi a wɔsɛ nkɔmɔ nyinaa ti egyina nkyɛn ne wɔn de wɔn support ɛde ma yɛ sɛsɛrɛnsi John Dramani Mahama na kɔkɔ on the post.
You know, Mugabe, I want to go back a little bit in the what's it called? The last elections, the 2020, right? Mugabe.
Yeah. Like
was it the elections that we had all about 9 flag bearers contesting John? Was it 2020?
Yeah. It was before 2020.
It was 2020.
Yeah.
It was 2020.
That was ahead of 2020.
Actually, exactly. Yes. And I advised during that time. I advised 2 candidates. I said, look, you are wasting your time if you say you want to contest John Dramani Mahama. You are going to waste your resources, you're going to waste your money, you're going to waste your energy. At the end of the day, you will not go to beat the guy. You cannot beat the guy. But you'll be very productive if you send those monies, those resources. You will make a better name if you channel those resources to the constituencies and help them, financially. Whatever, bikes, motorbikes, and bicycles, or whatever logistics that they need at the end of the day. What happened? One of them, after the elections, one of them came to me and said, Alhaji, what you said was the right thing. No, if I had listened to you, it would have been better. So I'll repeat myself here today again. I respect very much Dr. Dufo. I respect him very, very much. He's somebody that I love so much dear in my heart. And he knows that very well. But I always say that you will not get to the promised land. That promised land, you will not get there. Don't waste it. You cannot campaign based on one particular angle. You must go round. You understand what I'm trying to say? You look at his age, for instance. He looks very good for 80 years. But where is he going to get that energy to go around the country? Where is he going to get that energy to go around all the 275 constituencies? You understand what I'm trying to say, Mugabe? So for me, I feel that at the end of the day, we're going to waste their resources. Kwadwobo Nsu, I don't want to talk, he's a very good friend of mine, but I always said that he will not even get a 0.05% that he will not even get it. Not even 1%, below 0.05%. You know what I mean? That's half a percentage of 1.
So would you say John Mahama is the right person
he's
to lead
the best
NDC
candidate, Mugabe. He's the right person, and he's the person that will take us to the promised land. And believe me, and I want to advise our delegates. Look, I want to see them give a massive 98.9%. 98.9%, and that is what John Mahama will get come this primaries. 98.5%. That is what
so
John.
The rest will share the.
The rest they can share. How they're going to divide it? That is their matter. Yes,
fantastic. Well, so tell us what you have done with your with huge money you have borrowed, Mahama to Akufo-Addo and Bawumia.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
From 122
Mugabe,
billion to 570.
That's what I'm saying. That Mugabe, look at all this money that they have borrowed. Couldn't they have done the Agenda 111 with those monies? Easily. Look at the COVID money, for instance, Mugabe. Look at how much money they squandered in the COVID funds, for instance. I mean, it's a total mess. It's a total mess. Mugabe. God, Allah will punish Ghanaians if they don't get John Mahama back come 2024. Allah will punish us. I'm telling you the truth.
Dear Naka said John Mahama beya 1 year Nana Dubai 1 year into John Mahama.
There's so many things.
I'll let you tell us some of the things.
The corruption, for instance. Look at the mass corruption in this government. I mean, can you compare that to that of during the John's term?
No.
I mean, it's so huge. I mean, there is no government that will come into power, Mugabe, that you will not find some kind of corruption. But it depends on the level of corruption. And look at this level of corruption currently. It's so huge, so massive, And look at the e-blocks, for instance. Look at how many e-blocks that John put up. What has happened to some of them? Most of them. Have they not abandoned them?
Yeah.
All the projects that John put up for them to continue, they just abandoned them. Look at the buses, for instance. The Alalolo buses, or whatever they call it. Look at thousands of buses sitting out there. Packed. They don't care. So for me, at the end of the day, the right thing must be done. We must help John to come back to power. And for me, I'm there. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to contribute my widow's mind to make sure that John Dramani Mahama comes back to power in 2024.
Live on Power and also on TV as was at Inside Politics. Jumedi and Alhaji Said Sinari, former Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia, former national vice chairman of the NDC, former MP Ono NNA and NHH and Komefa Sinakese. Fama a power specialist herbal hospital. Almost to Tumikabra on a suye say hepatitis B and now a knee problem, a breast a problems and now bone fracture and now say a sciatica to Tumika for any power specialist hospital. Now qua omo ebebo ye papa omo say ubo omasuye hepatitis B ni stroke ni adendi omotene te inti se wakoye test name say wanye bia to Tumika ebra omasuye ho na omo nru awodo bebre ya omo edebe boa se de be ya ubenya eye wayare se na bibia nso etimi akọ enkan ede amawo power specialist hospital e wonu bebre ebi ni edu eye aya malamis etu malaria asekura sansini o jiri heba mesa eno so ema mema ejina omuna so yi pa jiri kajiri na chese mema no omo ebo adwuma ye wo edu ya heba tonic eno so eboa eye mujane mu adwuma ye wo huru mujane mu fin nyina ane ye okof ke eye heba mesa eno so sa wo bo wa kuhu eno so wunya bia ebetumi abo yi pa na bibia nso etimi akonkan ede amawo power specialist heba hospital ye chira kwan ewo eye nkra ha okwabenya ACP eye kwantempon no so ye wo eye power bus stop wo pay takrade ye wo anaji estate custom road no so ye ne eye singa washing bay na edi enhwanimu timu amutie ewo takrade ewo eye sharp 106.9 FM so no mututumi kana moko eye asoye wa anaji estate customs road opposite eye singa washing bay obenya enwani nyina bi ewo ho na bi hu mu kumasi omo ofiyase wo ne Kasiebo filling station edi nhwanimu ewo aputuoja contrast kwantempon so wodi wani ekire eye herbal shops ene eye pharmacy shops awodo a wonsa betimi akanru nyina bi ewasoe ho ibene kens work herbal halos herbal eye Jo Steve herbal nana boache herbal omunyina o cash drugling wodi wani kire wa na George herbal ewo tema community 2 tribe of Judah ewo kaneshi ena eye kasua dependable herbal onso kasua Florence Point eye kasua ena new market health alert shop ewo vision 1 ene eye miamia etuto nu nyina no ura wa obenya eye power specialist eba hospital mu ni bi ato from 0244 544 422 ana 020 0383 831 WhatsApp plan so no betima WhatsApp wo mo ewo 055 5797878 ofra power specialist eba hospital omo ebejo so na bibia so etimi akonkan ede ama omo na tachi na awie yitumide eye inside politics jumedi ebrewo ewo TV SYZ na power 97.9 FM yeda so ene papa Alhaji aye scenario eda so ewufia ya yedi enkomo efa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na probo ya okopie mu ewo eye framantem no ensema wode etudwa no yedi ho enkomo Ghana enya 66 years na ye bisa se oman ya yenya mfi aduesensia no ya ye di mfi aduesensia ye afasha na se ye anniversary no ye bisa se dia ne betimi di ensa asiembo aka as a country say yetumi achieve in 66 years Alhaji scenario Ghana at 66 yes ase wo he ene hefa ene edu una betimi ma ye history kakra o papa play a very important role Abrana Kwame Nkrumah eye omampanyi. Your father was one of the top advisors to eye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Na wari mu nsem ni bebre nyina no o father play a role ewo maybe Kwame Nkrumah je fa wodi man on the 6th of March 1957 ya weje mutu ho Abrana na do papa mo ni jikubeje belamte papa mo jebi dan kwa mo amamu aye amambofoi ebetu na ban egu yi ebesi sabri ya yenya 66 years dia ne betime de yensa esi yebo aka kire say oh my Ghana we have been able to achieve this as a country. Alhaji scenario
Mugabe, I mean I hate to say this but we all know what Osajifo did for this great country of ours and history is there, you know, we can attest to the good works Kwame Nkrumah did and it was just unfortunate, you know, that bloody coup d'etat that occurred in 1966. That wasn't even necessary at all. That brought us back 50 years back. You know, we've suffered for it. You know, I quite remember when Nkrumah was in Conakry. He was telling the Ghanaian people, he said, vote for Buzia. He said, vote for him. They should vote for Buzia. They should vote for Buzia. What happened at the end of the day? When they voted for Buzia, he said, okay, now you're going to know who the real Kwame Nkrumah is. You understand what I'm trying to say? You don't know who the real Kwame Nkrumah is. For Kwame Nkrumah, we can never get somebody like Kwame Nkrumah. The one who even tried, I'll say, a little bit closer was Jerry John Rawlings and John Mahama. I mean, Jerry picked it up from where Kwame Nkrumah left. Very massive infrastructure development, you know, when he was in power, when he was, you know, the chairman of the PNDC, you know, and all that, until he became the civilian president in, what's it called, in 1992. He did his bit, you know, he did so well for the country, you know, very massive development and all that. And that's exactly what John did, you know. But you look at it at the end of the day, people, it's the same people who mess up. You know, the same people, the same in MPP, the same people who said the UP tradition. Remember when Osagyefo was fighting for independence for this country, they said, no, we're not ready. And the British should not support it and all that. You know, but look at what has happened today. All of them.
The Big Six.
You know what? My dad used to tell me there was nothing like Big Six. Oh. My dad used to tell me this. He said there was nothing like the Big Six. What is the Big Six? What did they do for this great country of ours? Apart from Kwame Nkrumah, what did the other five or whatever Big Six they call them? They never did nothing for this great country of ours. It was a disaster, and that's what we are seeing here today. Disaster from this current government, you know. And it's my prayer that, inshallah, that we'll get back John to come back. His second coming will be a blessing, a big blessing for this great country of ours, so that we can turn things around.
So 66 years, yeah, in your family, dear, no, you say, also, yeah, as a country, yeah, to me, I'm messing up.
Mugabe, I mean, you know it already. I mean, look at where, even let's go back even from John's time, GM's time. Look at what John has done for this great country of ours. Compare it to the MPP's regime today. We've gone way back. You know, we've gone way back. Look at what they've done in the economy. Look at what they've done even to the banks, for instance, Mugabe. Look at the collapse of those banks. You know, how much did it take for them to collapse those banks? 21 billion Ghana cedi, and they could have taken 9 billion cedis to inject in those banks, but they collapsed it intentionally. And look at the suffering. People are really suffering, Mugabe. I'm telling you, people are really suffering.
No.
You know, you go in, you want to buy medications, you buy it through your tooth. Medications and food is so expensive these days. You know, it's so expensive. I mean, I got a friend of mine who injects what's it called, this insulin. One ample, he pays 250 Ghana cedis, and just in 3 days it goes. It's finished. So you can imagine.
How is he going to manage it?
How is he going to manage it? Exactly. So at the end of the day, definitely, if he doesn't get support coming from, you know, one way or the other, from friends and all that, he will not even survive for the next 1 month. He will die. He will just go. These are terrible, Mugabe. I'm telling you, Ghanaians, Allah will not forgive us. Allah will not forgive us if we don't change come 2024 and bring back John Dramani Mahama for him to repair the damages that this government has caused for this great country of ours.
Mama ba magic pen or the maybe
he's going to turn it around, Mugabe. It's not going to be easy for him. You realize, you know, the mess that they have caused, you know, this great country of ours. Look at the debt, for instance. We just spoke about it earlier, about 600 billion Ghana cedi that we owe and all that. So there's a lot that John will have to do, you know, but it's not going to be easy for him at the end of the day. But at least he'll be far better as having John Dramani Mahama to win out the 2024 election for this great country.
I mean, before Kasiebo be breaking 8, every day course one Nigeria breaking 8. Breaking the 8, you know, as a party in opposition, Dear Namaso more yes said the break the 8 a home common MP before waiting major idea.
Thank you, Mugabe. Like I've always been saying, and I've always repeated myself, I said, look, elections are won at the police stations. So if you joke as a party member, you don't protect the party at the police stations, then the party will be doomed at the end of the day. The coalition center, that's what I've been saying. Look, Mugabe, you remember in 2008, Professor Mills' time, you remember those times? I was a polling agent.
In 2000,
I was a polling agent. That's how come I sacrificed myself. I was a polling agent. That was how come we wanted power so bad. You know, so all of us, every single member of the NDC, if you say you want the NDC to come back to power, then contribute your widow's money and make sure that we have John Dramani come 2024. Let's work very hard. It's not about following John Mahama in his campaign team or whatever. No. Go to your constituencies, go to your branches, and go and campaign for John Dramani Mahama. Campaign for them there, and they should stop that nonsense. They should stop that nonsense. It's not about the money matter. I'm telling you, Mugabe, they should work hard. Every single body should work very hard. Everybody should sacrifice. We are in opposition. Things are not easy for us. Even raising funds is not easy as a party. So if we don't work hard, we don't team up together and move this party in the right direction, then we're going to have a problem at the end of the day.
We have fantastic leaders leading the NDC, from the national organizer, the new executives.
The new they're not bad, but they need to work hard.
They need to work hard.
They need to work very hard. I've been there. I've been there 17 years. 17 years of my life there.
As a national,
vice chairman of the great party of ours. I've been there. I served for 17 years out of my 30 years in this great party of ours. So I know the in and out of national. But I'm just trying to send a signal to our national executive members that they need to put things in order. They need to give the whip. They need to get the branches active and all that kind of thing. Everybody needs to work very, very hard for this great party of ours. And I also want to caution. I want to say something, but I know it's only going to go well for one or two people. But I don't care if they hear it, if they're pissed off with me or not. Whatever agenda some of them have for 2028, they should forget about it. It wouldn't help them at the end of the day. What matters now is for us to win the 2024 election, Mugabe. Those who have the agenda of the 2028, they should forget about it. Thinking that they can sabotage John Mahama. Oh yes, I'm saying this. Exactly. So if they think that they can sabotage John Dramani Mahama for the 2024 election, then they lie bad. I will not allow that.
Wow.
We know them. I am telling you, we know them. Some of them are hypocrites, Mugabe. Vampires. I'm telling the truth. But we'll deal with them at the right time.
Agenda.
Oh yes, that nonsense should stop, Mugabe. It should stop. I'm telling the truth. I'm so pissed off as I'm sitting here. That nonsense should stop. They should all toe the line and help the man, help JM. Help the party. Let us win this 2024 election. Whatever. Some of them are so dirty. That's all I have to say.
Stomach politicians.
Oh yes, some of them are stomach politicians. Exactly. Some of them are. I hate to say this.
Wow.
But for me, what matters, Mugabe, at the end of the day, for me, whether I hate Mr. A or I don't like Mr. B, for me, I don't care. I've just thrown that behind me. I want to move forward. I want to help John Dramani Mahama achieve his goals. I want to help the party win the 2024 election. For me, I'm ever ready. I'm ever ready to campaign for this great party of ours. I've already started in my own small way, So we'll see what Allah will do for us at the end of the day.
See what Allah will do for us at the end of the day. Alhaji Sayyid Sinari live on TV SYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana inside politics. You may be in Wasugusu Awuti. Achon komo bebrebe every year. The enhui enti awasa John Mahama osan ebebiem. Ponye edi atudwa se John Mahama the enhui ihia pa so obebiem. Sansa ohwe adwuma ohya ase a wantuma nwienu. Ni nyina akeka enwuram. Na ban we eba no oto anasesem na no no de monsom hwe ene so hwe ya ene ya so hwe enu ye hu na hwe enema aban di ku akwam se obe ni nyina oba ye ebi ni agenda 111 ebesi nei la general hospital kura de omu se omu nyansi bim sanse scan ho national hospital si wo ye adwuma anu mokobubu egu ye sa free one wodi nsemu nchire mu bebrebe na esan ede abase ndi samanyo ko no so mu ye kro mu ye baako sanse prayi wo ukabo mu emu ubu yi baako nso obu a ebujen ti ho benya se unity ne be ye adwuma ewo ndc mu na wo matumi apretumi no magitumi na mfimpi menu ne aduonu enum echi no wo matumi dia memmu papa ye nyansa wo fie nyansa wo e ama eye Ghana fo na aban ye tiso si ade kotobe ko ababan eye busuafo nko ne namfo na afa aban no etwa ho ehia na se wo atu aban we antu aban antu omo emfra kwanya so a ebedu baabi no Ghana fo be hu se o ma yemfom so yie papa alaji scenario sa ko so e de ensem atudwa se wo ye baabi azese ya manyo sem no akwakodu na amanyo som no ayetan sansi woni padodo na ewo NDC amanyo ku no within ya omo ewo agenda 2028 prese ekwan biaso no se John Dramani mama okonu odi nkugu a na omo so no 2028 no na omo afa ntinya de so mo nipa bia edema His Excellency John Dramani man no waka se zankofo ne de omo vampires omo yankofo bi ni se susu omo sokura no mo be yi omo ti omo be pie omo pia yen deal with them na yen stop you omo said be ya nkunimdi a Ghana fo ne timamufo nyina hwe no come a year 7 a year December 2024 no kunimdi ne betimi aye NDC amanyuko eyezu wase eza zu na je se obefa kwanya kase no na odi amammu papa e de abre Ghana fo said be ya timamufo no hu betimi ato wo mo na omo ahwen ha wo mo na oman no atumi afa ne ntuma pa afra we ene ensema alaji sai scenario wode atudwa ewo inside politics jumedi so ewo power 97.9 FM so ena on TV SYZ ugusu etie inside politics jumedi well ibe move on afi yare eye other issues no ye be vaccines won some vaccine shortage measures research and reactions and also yasema eda simpie so was it about a year 500 suspected cases of measles recorded now and also the pediatric society of Ghana revealing science about to just about 500 cases of measles have so far been recorded in the country due to the unavailability of essential vaccines. Where Dr. Hilda Boy, the newly elected president of the Pediatric Society of Ghana, one and the science to situation here very, very worrying. Na Omar no man to Tunyama, Bitima Madudona, Etimi, Ashu, Abra Ghana, Enya 66 years, and 66 a year anniversary, na a year Timamufonso, and a year Sabri, Womunya, a year vaccines. Alaji, shortage of vaccines in our country. The health minister, Ekopimo, our parliament, and the minister on our candle, Nesema or the two Hono. Say I ready na betumi aba e bebo ayen discussion yi na afi e de no so atum e de ama yen etiefo na alaji scenario etumi akasa afa ho e ho nti production team adawroma mo yese honorable akando ne sama odi tu dwa no say video no e ready a mo signal me say de be ya ye betumi e de no so atoso e ho yenti ensema honorable mita akando ono so e kan e ho na afi wi a de aka nyina so ye de ato amoso.
The shortage of vaccines for the 6 childhood killer diseases in this country can be best described as a disaster, marks of incompetence, and it is highly unacceptable. Every child in this country, per the 1992 Constitution, has the right to good health care. I believe that the minister responsible for health and the president, the vice president, they all had the opportunity to immunize their children, including their grandchildren. And somebody created that opportunity. In some jurisdictions, it is even a crime to sit aloof to allow the shortage of vaccines in your country, to look on whilst vulnerable children are getting infected with diseases that can easily be prevented or avoided. There are 2 main ways of financing our vaccines for children in this country. We have about 13 of them. Out of the 13, Gavi is co-financing about 10 of them. And even that, government is defaulting in the 10. But Gavi believes that politicians such as the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, such as Bawumia, the vice president, such as the minister responsible for health, Ajimamanu, the children cannot be punished because of their sins. And so even though we are owing, Gavi is still supplying those 10 buses. Now we as a country, we are supposed to 100% procure about 3 of them, which includes the vaccines against tetanus, polio, and measles. And with these 3, we are defaulting. One very important that you must all take note of is that Gavi, which is co-financing about 10 of these vaccines, is considering withdrawing completely. So we cannot finance only 3. Can we finance 13 of them? And Gavi is considering withdrawing because we claim we are.
Very well. Honorable Minta Akando, Member of Parliament for Jaboso constituency, Western of Ononamote and Kano. Well, Alaji Sinari, Papa, we are ranking member on the head committee. Over to you, Alaji Sinari.
Well, Mugabe, I'm going to be very short on this particular matter.
Shortage of vaccines.
Yeah, I'm going to be very short on my statement on this issue. The Member of Parliament has just spoken and he said it like what it is. But I'll say this, you have an incompetent Minister for Health, a very useless Minister of Health. I've never seen an incompetent Minister of Health, Mugabe, since independence of this great country of ours. I've never seen a useless Minister of Health like Ajimaminu. If I was the president, I bet I would have fired this guy. This guy would have gone. I don't even know why they are still keeping him there. Why are they keeping him there? The guy is not performing. Don't they have the men? Don't they say they have the men who can work? What has happened to those men? Why are they keeping him there? The guy has messed up. Mugabe, he's totally messed up left and right. I don't want to talk about this matter, Mugabe.
Very well, let's move on. Live on TV as well as also on Power 97.9 FM, the hottest and the biggest conversation in Ghana. As you already see over the weekend, Ashaman. Young, Suja, no maybe a security, maybe I do mob attack any over to you.
It's just
we are Kumasi Central.
It's just unfortunate, Mugabe. I actually was asking Saint, your one of your producers, exactly what happened. He briefed me. And for me, I don't think it's right. What they did to the soldier was wrong. Nobody should lynch nobody. Even if the person has done something wrong, at the end of the day, the law is there. Why should we do that? Especially he being a soldier too as well. So I guess at the end of the day, the security apparatus would definitely, now that they've gotten the names of the guys and their pictures are well known all over. It's just a matter of time. They'll get them.
They'll get them. Now, in your first time, some mob attack BBC SC. It happened to Major Mahama. ABC Nayente Home. And say, I saw you be on Kwamana, say, was deterrent.
Exactly.
And to also say, you've been with Sanima will be brave on our streets.
Exactly. I agree with you, Mugabe. I agree with you. Mohammed's one was. For me, I was so sad, when they lynched him. I know him so well. He's like a son to me. So like what you are saying, something must be done one way or the other, to stop this, these acts, and let us pray that they get those who were responsible, in lynching the soldier.
Very well. Power 97.9 FM Sasuna live on TV SYZ Dodo Amoshe live ewo eye subiso e chacha mamu he live ewo tepa eye zungu munyina e chacha de amankwa former DC ewo afwa anonof also enjoy show ni ye papa and yebehwe other issues Kumasi Mosque was not renovated with money from Saudi Arabia. Bawumia clarifies yebehwe sa issue no so and former ambassador to Saudi Arabia no ono ewa ha ya obe maye emu ensem ni nyina ewo dwumedi so messages kakra for ede aba mago ni Mugabe, I'm really enjoying the show. Could you send my regards to Alaji Sinari? He's a good man. Mago Ono Nedia Margaret and say former municipal chief executives to whom in the eastern region. Nensu Nedia Wode Abba Enono Mansa Musa United Kingdom Mugabi. I'm really enjoying the show. You are a fantastic brother. Keep it up. When so near Onoso Eddie Abba Enono David I will see Eddie Nedia free a danceman. You are doing a fantastic job. God bless you and Alaji Mugabi. Onoso Nedia Ode Abba Enono Samson away the Edward Onoso the Nedia free United States of America. Osi Mugabi, you are doing a fantastic job for Ghana. Keep it up. And also Nedia Ode Abba and every enono. Let's move on here. Baby, I win so if we Adams Eddie Nedia free Tepa. Osi we are watching you live. Tepa. Kudos to you and your boys. Fantastic one there. You move on afi yanko na afi yenwe other issues no. Said here Idika Eka yeno. Bawumia and the design in same way atu Edra. Was it Kumasi Central Mosque was not renovated with money from Saudi Arabia. Bawumia clarifies. NPP take a year credit from a year Kumasi Central a year mosque no. Bawumia see year money mo na year mona baso sunset why year adie. And I just know you former Ghana ambassador to a year Saudi Arabia on the issue of a year Kumasi Central Mosque no. I started saying any way saying ubetimi Ama said yeah the genesis of the whole story.
Okay. Mugabe, to be very honest with you, I hope that today we're going to rest this matter once and for all.
Fantastic.
So that we don't
fantastic
talk about
no
it.
Interjection. I want you to follow.
Exactly.
Carry on.
You know, when I was the Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia, I consulted the Serki Zongo of Ashanti region and the late Wafa Alaji Wafa, the one who passed away just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, including Papa Angola. And I told them, look, looking at the Muslim population in Ashanti region is very, very huge. And I think we need to do something for the Central Mosque. So they agreed with me, you know, and I got an appointment to meet Al-Walid, Prince Al-Walid.
In Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia.
Fantastic.
I went there and I met him and I told him that, I said, oh, Your Excellency, after, you know, the necessary talks and all that, then I slotted in about the Kumasi project, the Kumasi Mosque project. And I told him that it was very dear to the Muslim people of this great country of ours, especially the people of Kumasi.
Is it the one at Amakum roundabout?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So then the prince told me, he said, look, Ambassador, I built too many mosques. Too many. I'll prefer you to bring something else, but not this one. So when he said that, I didn't want to push it. So I said, okay, sir, no problem, Your Excellency. I'll look at something else and I'll come back to you again. Then I came on holidays to Accra. Then I went to the Flagstaff House and I met the President, John Dramani Mahama. And I told the President, I said, Mr. President, about this particular mosque, I want us to see how best we could put it up. But I want you to put up a letter for me. You understand what I mean? So that you will sign it and I'll go and hand it over to Prince Al-Walid. So he said, okay, you go and do the draft and let us and bring it for signature. So right there, at the presidency with the president's executive secretary, we put up something in the draft. And the letter was ready and the president signed it. And the hard copy was given to me. Then I went to Saudi Arabia. You know, my shoulder high. I was so happy.
Give it to the prince.
Give the prince. So I booked an appointment to meet Prince Al-Walid. You know, it took me about 3 weeks because he's a very busy man, you know. So when I presented that letter to Prince Al-Walid, and he looked at it, he read it. And you know what he told me, Mugabe? He said, I've got him. This is exactly what he told me. He said in Arabic. You know, we're speaking Arabic. I speak Arabic very fluent because of my mother. Yeah. My mother being an Egyptian, I speak Arabic very fluent. So he said, no, you've gotten me. I said, sir, I said, Your Excellency, this is a project that I told him earlier that, you know, is very dear to the people of this country. So that was how it started. You know, he got the director in charge of projects and all that kind of thing. We met, you know, over a few meetings and all that kind of thing. And when I left office, 7th January 2017, that particular month, I think it was going to be 23rd of January 2017, The first installment,
Saudi Arabia.
The first installment was supposed to be paid to the embassy
in Saudi.
So then I flew from Saudi Arabia. Then I went to Egypt, because I wanted to have a break. I was in Egypt for almost about 8 months.
Okay.
So within that week, I left Saudi Arabia. Then the secretary to the prince called me and said, "Look, we've gotten a letter from your embassy." I said, "What letter again, secretary?" He said, "Look, your deputy has signed a letter, and they have almost doubled the figure."
What?
Exactly. And that they had changed the drawings and all kinds of things and blah, blah, blah. And the prince is not too happy about it. So they are suspending the project, but they are not cancelling the project. So I begged the secretary, I said, "Look, I beg in the name of God, what we signed on the MOU regarding that particular project should go on. So if you say you're going to suspend it for the meantime, no problem. You can suspend it for the meantime, but not cancel it." Do you know what I'm trying to say, Mugabe? Now, Mugabe, from then, that is how.
So the Kulululu no somebody drew.
That boy, that guy, my deputy then, a very bad boy, very wicked. You know what he did to me? Look, when I left, the auditors came. Normally every year the auditors the auditors will come and audit all the embassies all over the world. They came to Saudi Arabia to audit our books. Will you believe that this boy took all approval letters that I got from the ministry for the embassy, all approval letters, and hid them? So when the auditors came, they found no approval letter. So I was queried for this amount, for this, for that. Luckily, I had copies.
Wow.
Oh yes, that saved me. That saved me. That boy wanted to put me in a ditch. He's a very wicked guy, and Allah is going to punish him. And the law of karma will definitely catch up on him one day. One day. They say so every day. Everything. They say every day for the thief man, one day for the master, isn't it? Yes. One day I'll get him. Definitely, he knows. As I'm talking now, maybe he's watching me, and I pray that I'm telling you that one day I'll get you one day, inshallah. Anyway, let's put that aside.
Can't you forgive him, Alaji?
I can forgive him. No problem. If he comes for forgiveness, I'll forgive him. Mugabe, now let's look at this. Let's assume that it is the vice president who is funding the Kumasi Central Mosque.
Funded.
Now, my issue is that look at the amount involved. Can the vice president fund this project from his own pocket?
No.
That amount?
No.
A few couple of millions of dollars?
No.
Where is he going to get the money from?
Big no.
Now, in Islam, as you know, if you are funding something in the cause of Allah and the money is not a halal money, you will not get the blessing from Allah. No matter what you do.
I know.
So I expect that, look, there's nothing wrong with it, but the people want to play politics about the whole issue. If the vice president, you've gotten funding from somewhere, maybe Mr. Alaji Fuseni or Alaji whatever has contributed some $100,000 here, say it. It's not a problem. There's no crime about it. So what's the big deal about it?
The Saudi prince,
I don't know how it ended, because I'm telling you how
it started.
How it ended.
You handed over.
When I handed over, I even told the one who took over for me, TV Damba, I said, this is where I've reached. The funding was coming. That particular month. Continue from there. Make sure that the money comes in.
They doubled the.
And my deputy, and that same deputy ditched TV Damba.
Wow.
But I'm saying that Mugabe, I'm saying that at the end of the day, if the vice president is saying that he funded it, let's assume it. Like I said, does he have that money? Mugabe, do you believe that he has that? I don't know. So they're talking about 2.something million, something like that. Assuming even $1 million, does he have the $1 million? How much does he earn?
At the end of the month.
At the end of the month.
Very well,
you know what I'm trying to say?
75,000 Ghana cedis this year Hajj, you know.
Mugabe.
750 million old Ghana cedis.
Mugabe, isn't this a killer?
More than a killer.
Isn't it a killer?
More than that.
Mugabe, I've been an ambassador twice, Egypt and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, I know the figures. I don't want to mention the figures. I don't want to create any problems at the end of the day. Mugabe, I want you to look at me properly. The figures that they are quoting, almost $7,000. It's just a killer figure.
Killer figure.
I know what the actual figures are. I know how much.
Can I give you the actual?
Oh no, I'm saying that I know how much the actual figures are. I know how much the airlines charge. I know how much the accommodations are, the transport and all that. It doesn't get near the This one, I'm saying this. If the Muslims in this country, meaning that at the end of the day, it's only going to be the rich people who will be able to afford to go to Hajj. Now, the common farmer, the farmer who has to farm, for him to be able to pay that almost $7,000, he has to farm for about 5 years to be able to afford that.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
And apart from that, what about the chop money? He's feeding and all that. Mugabe. Yeah, he's feeding. So you're talking about roughly about $10,000 if you want to go to Hajj today. If you want to go to Hajj today, plus whatever fares the Hajj people are talking, you need almost about $10,000. How many people in this country can afford to pay almost $10,000 to go to Hajj? So if our people are going to sit down to be cowards at the end of the day, our Muslim people, if they don't stand up, and we say we have a vice president who is a Muslim, he should tell them that's his government. He should tell them they should reduce it to half the amount. Even to say even 4,000, I'll even say it's understandable.
Very well, Haji. Message Ben Adema Ghana for show life ETO our power and TVS was as well and you may.
Well, my message is very, very short. They should pray very hard. The coming of, we say, in Islam we say we believe in the coming of Jesus Christ, isn't it? The second coming of Jesus Christ. So they should believe in the second coming of John Dramani Mahama. And let us, every single Ghanaian, pray for this great man.
Good.
And make sure that victory will be ours come 2024.
Very well. But I say Alhaji Sai Sinari, former Ghana ambassador to Saudi Arabia, former national vice chairman of the NDC. Thanks so much for your time on Power 97.9 and also on TVSYZ. Yan fast like I say Emma Yenabwa for and will be a Lisak also share life so and Agbesi Sagbefia also share life. Yadamunina as say Yao ene ladi share life na Mingo Atenkan Lion Temple for Chacha mo sanso and immigration man and bright ya chacha mo nyina. God bless obia and area nyamisho bibia. God bless you all for watching us live on TV as well and also on Power 97.9. My name is Mugabe Masin. You better share same time tomorrow 2 p.m. on Power 97.9 and 4 p.m. on TV as well. I'm out. News is next with